Yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. Japanime Games are those behind the hugely popular Madara, a campaign-based dungeon crawler, and the Kamigami series, a cool deck builder to include both Cthulhu and Valkyrie themes. Zoo Tiles, however, is a small boxed tile laying game for two players based around the Chinese zodiac. Here, players are looking to earn points by completing patterns of compatible, cool looking tiles, or from directly attacking the opponent with their creatures and allies. This version of the game has the quirky Fruits Basket IP, a manga series where a family are possessed by the spirit creatures of the Chinese zodiac. This starter set provides two pre-constructed tile decks for players to go head to head in a strategic battle, outwitting and second guessing your opponent. Let's take a look. The game components consist entirely of sets of tiles with wonderful animations of cute and whimsical creatures of the Chinese zodiac and characters from the Fruits Basket series. Each tile belongs to one of 6 creature types, where we have tiger, horse and dog making up one player's deck, and rabbit, boar and ram making up the other player's. Some of the tiles have icons of the other creature types on the side that are used when checking tile compatibilities for point scoring, and 2 stats for strength and intelligence required for battle. Other tiles are termed action or reactions that are used to hinder the opponent, change the game rules in some way, or provide you with a bonus or benefit. Game setup is very quick. You just shuffle all tiles associated with your pre-constructed deck and form 5 face-down draw stacks with a play area in the middle. That's it, now you're ready to unleash cute little tiger kittens. Admittedly, I've not watched any of the Fruits Basket series, but after playing the game I have looked into it and can say the animation quality is awesome. That is well represented on each and every tile in the game. Setup takes minutes. Simply separate the creature types, shuffle and create stacks, and as the rules are fairly simple to grasp, you can get stuck in right away. During the game, each player has a small hand of tiles and they take turns carrying out a number of actions, so each player is fully engaged throughout. The idea of the game is to score points by placing tiles in such a way they form grids of compatible creatures, or by attacking already placed tiles. But between these actions, players also create stacks of action and reaction tiles, creating a back and forth tile of playing tiles for certain abilities. The winner of the game is the first player to reach 12 points, but if you run out of tiles and cannot draw any more, then you lose. So, during a player's turn, they can carry out a number of actions. You can place tiles from your hand into the play area that must sit along the edge of any previously placed tiles, and these tiles are orientated so they face the owner. During the game, you generally place tiles for a number of reasons, either to score points from battle, forming a square of 4 compatible creatures, or prepping for an ability from your action tiles in hand. To form a compatible square, you need to ensure that each tile involved has a creature icon on the side of the tile that matches the creature tile it's adjacent to. So here, this rabbit tile is adjacent to a dog and ram and also has the matching icons on its own tile. And if you look closely, this is true for all tiles and their neighbours. So again here, the horse tile has the matching icons for the adjacent ram and dog creatures. We have now created a compatible square. All tiles are then removed and stored off to the side that provide that player with victory points. You can also earn these points through battle. Again, this takes neighbouring tiles into consideration, so placement during your turn is important. Here, we'll assume my little rabbit is gonna take on this giant horse. I mean, you've gotta love the confidence. This is where stats come into play. In order to win a battle, your attacking creature tile stats must exceed the defending creature stats both in strength and intelligence. Now, with a puny strength of 1 and only being able to match the intelligence, there is no way the rabbit will defeat the horse, so why bother? Well, players can make use of allies if creatures belonging to them are in play and neighbouring their defender, and this changes everything. So here, the horse and dog can team up, increasing their strength and intelligence to 7 and 6 respectively. But the rabbit player has placed their other tiles strategically, so they can make use of the ram and boar stats with a combined strength of 8 and intelligence of 9. Boom! The rabbit player now claims the opponent's tiles involved in battle as precious victory points. Now, you may be forgiven for thinking that this battle system seems simplistic, where you only battle when you see your tile stats outnumber the opponent's, but this isn't true. The game has a very nice mechanic called the battle action stack. Here, both players get to make use of any reaction tiles in hand, noted by the big R icon on the tile. Players then take turns adding to a single stack of reaction tiles. These can provide abilities or boons to allow you to move creatures, increase or decrease your stats as required, and even add and remove creatures from the play area. As this stack is created with face-up tiles, you can always see what the opponent has planned before placing yours. These tiles are then played one at a time from the top down, so in reverse order, which really does make you think about what you need to play and can ultimately turn the tides of battle, so the little rabbit can become dog food. Similar to the battle action stack, players can do the same without battle. It's cleverly called an action stack. It's the same process as just mentioned, but the first tile played must be an action tile, represented by an A icon. Again, after the stack is created, these are played top down, alternating between players, and are another way that you can manipulate the rules during your turn if you can't quite place a tile. Perhaps it may result in the opponent claiming a compatible square. Play goes back and forth until one player has scored 12 points or runs out of tiles. The game is fast paced, fully engaging with very little downtime between turns. It is a lot more strategic than I first realised, and you may want to go over your tile deck beforehand just to look at where your creatures and action reaction tiles excel. Both your tile placement and choice of reaction action tiles in a stack need to be well thought out to claim those precious victory points. When forming compatible squares, the creatures involved can belong to any player, which is important to remember. Also, be wary of committing lots of allies to battle, because the battle action stack is created after nomination, and if you lose the battle, you lose all your involved creature tiles, giving the opponent a hefty sum of points. As mentioned, the artwork is great and I really like the theme and subtle mechanics involved. The game can also be played up to 4 players in a free-for-all, but this base game is just a starter set for 2 players. There are booster sets to be released that can be combined with the base game, where you can even create customized decks. The boosters include creatures, action reaction tiles, and if lucky, you can even find rare shiny foil tiles. These boosters also include larger scenario slab-like tiles that players can bring into games. These bring in additional rules for swapping out tiles under certain circumstances or adding ways to gain victory points. I really like zoo tiles and thought the Fruits Basket IP was awesome, but the game also looks great on the table. The game is really quirky but plays smoothly, and I was quite surprised by how much I enjoyed it, from the artwork, strategy required and game mechanics. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button. This is Ninja Geek Games. Cheers.